There has been a lot happening for CSGO right now. The other day, Valve began by baiting by switching their profile banner on Twitter a few times. Of course, this got everyone going, but not many people thought much of it. Only a few days later, Nvidia, a third-party software from Valve, in one of their latest driver updates, added support for something called CSGO S2. On top of all of this, Richard Lewis, who is a very reputable journalist, wrote this article claiming that Source 2 will also bring 128-tick servers and a matchmaking overhaul. Not to mention, everyone's either confused or worried about skins changing, which is not happening. But what will it actually change though? Before I get into everything, let me give a shout out to today's video sponsor, SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is hands down one of the best bot trading sites you can use with CSGO skins. Say you want to upgrade some of your current skins, this would be the perfect site to do it with. You can also straight up buy skins too, and with their 35% deposit bonus plus my code, it gives everyone quite a nice balance to work with. There's even free giveaways and rewards for completing simple tasks on the site to help you get even more skins. Get $5 for free now with my link in the description below. With that out of the way, in case you did miss it, Valve was baiting the CSGO community by once again changing their profile banner on Twitter. I don't think normal people would notice this, but for CSGO players, this has hinted at a major update or change coming in the past, so some people thought this could mean something. There was some trademark stuff happening behind the scenes, and it could have been because of that, but I'm more convinced it was because of an Nvidia driver update. This is what my last video was about, but if you didn't see that, legit, anyone who has an Nvidia GPU can go to their control panel, and if you click the Manage 3D Settings tab and then the Program Settings tab, after you uncheck that box, when you open up the drop-down menu, right by Counter-Strike Global Offensive, these files show up. CS2.exe I guess is old and not relevant anymore, but CSGO S2.exe, it is relevant. But what does it mean? That box that you unchecked allows you to see all games and programs in Nvidia's database, and a file called CSGO S2 would only be there for one reason. It has been released or it is about to be released soon. We don't have any games or programs called CSGO S2 at the minute, so I'm pretty sure everyone can connect the dots here. Now, GameFollower went a little further though, and he discovered that Nvidia has 3 valid versions of CSGO currently. There's the Chinese, which is the Chinese version of the game. There's generic, which is I guess the one that we all play. And lastly, there's Source 2. Now, this doesn't exactly leak anything happening with Source 2 yet, but this does confirm that Valve is almost ready to release it, and when they do, it will be under App ID 730. This is where it all begins to get very confusing, but what this means is CSGO Source 2 or Counter-Strike 2, whatever they decide to call it, it will not be a new game. It will come as a normal update just like any other one we've had in the past. There may be 2 playable versions of the game, one on Source and one on Source 2 like they did with the Dota 2 port, but it won't change anything about the game or how it's played. With that said, no, your skins will not be changing. Once again, because so many people think this, CSGO Source 2 is not going to be a new game, and it will integrate all CSGO skins the same way the game does now, possibly even better. I know some players are rushing to sell their skins thinking that they will lose all of their value when the port drops, but seriously, don't do that. You gotta keep in mind that CSGO skins are what make Valve and Steam a large majority of their profit, and if they were to alter skins in any way, it could jeopardize the whole system and cause them to lose it all. Not to mention, you would have an insanely large amount of mad players over their hundreds of thousands of dollars in skins that are now worthless. I know people are wondering that with the graphics improvement that supposedly is coming with Source 2 as well, will it cause skin prices to change? Honestly, no one can say for sure right now, but I do expect it to change only because of hype. Skin prices could very well spike right as this port drops because so many people are going crazy over it, and potentially because so many people are trying to buy skins to see what they look like. But after a few months or even a year, I just can't see a small graphics improvement being the determining factor of a big value increase or decrease. From the examples out there right now of Source versus Source 2 graphics, the difference doesn't even seem that crazy right now, and I know this isn't specifically the best one to show, but I honestly don't know if it's gonna make that big of a difference. On March 4th though, Richard Lewis released an article repeating everything that I just said, which is a pretty big deal considering that he's a very reputable journalist who has covered stuff like this before with a positive track record. The thing that I thought was a little bit weird about this though, was the fact that he claims sources have said CSGO Source 2 will be bringing 128-tick servers along with a new matchmaking system. I know people were asking about this before, and I was saying that I highly doubt Valve would suddenly care this much and release everything all at once. Not to mention the game engine is completely separate from the servers and the matchmaking system. But the article claims otherwise though, stating the beta will most likely include 128-tick servers right at the release. Supposedly the matchmaking system would replace the need to use ESEA or Faceit and just overall make the playing experience significantly better than what it is now. Knowing he's a reputable source, I want to trust it, but it does kind of seem sus at the same time. I'm curious to know what you guys think though, so make sure you drop it in the comments. All in all, Source 2 won't change anything if they do it right. Skins will not change, there will be no separate game, but most importantly, it will modernize the game and bring it up to standards with its competition like Valorant. Not to mention, Source 2 will clean up the game significantly for devs, which means they can supposedly make and release new content quicker and faster. I know so many people are sad about no Operation this year so far, but what if after the Source 2 port, we get a new Operation that happens to be one of the best ones yet? The Source 2 engine allows for so much more, so honestly, I would be really excited if they're doing something like this. With it all said though, if you guys did make it this far in the video, of course, drop a like and subscribe if you're new. And if you do have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down in the comment section. I'll make sure I check them out. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.